This question is about a person called Jane. And in this question, Jane is going to add more money to her bank account and also take some money out. And we need to work out how much she will have at the end of 5 years. So what a nice way to do these is to visualize it using a timeline. And this is something that many teachers will advise you to do. So on the timeline, you must simply show everything that's happening, as it's easier to see something in a picture form instead of reading it as a whole bunch of words or sentences. So Jane invests 3,000 Rand into account. So straight away, Jane is going to start off by adding 3,000 Rand. And I'm going to call that T0, meaning time 0. 2 years later, she deposits 15,000 Rand. So after another 2 years, Jane will add another 15,000 Rand. A year after that, she withdraws 5,000 Rand. So at T3, she is going to withdraw 5,000 Rand. Withdraw means you take money out. The compound interest rate is 9% for the entire duration. Calculate how much Jane will have after 5 years. So I'm going to show you a long way, and then I'm going to show you a very short way. And you can choose any one you like, but the short way is much faster, and many teachers will try and encourage you to use that method. But let's start with the long way first. So how long will this 3,000 Rand grow for? Imagine this is your bank account. That 3,000 Rand is going to grow for 2 years before you add any more money. So let's see how much you'll have at that point. So because it's compound interest, we'll use the compound formula. And the starting amount will be 3,000 Rand. The interest rate is 9%, which is 0.09, and that'll grow for 2 years. If you had to work all of that out, you would get a value of 3,564 Rand and 30 cents. So that is how much Jane would have after 2 years. She then goes to the bank and she puts in another 15,000 Rand. So how much will she have on that day? Well, she'll take the current amount that she has, which is 3,564.30, and she'll simply add 15,000 Rand. Which means that Jane now has 18,564 Rand and 30 cents. Now that amount of money there is going to grow. For how long will that still grow until the next deposit or withdrawal takes place? Well, that's going to still go for another 1 year. So let's grow it for another 1 year. So once again, we'll use the compound formula, where the starting amount is now 18,564 Rand and 30 cents. And the interest rate is 0.09, and that's going to grow for 1 year. And if you add or if you calculate that, you're going to end up with 20,235 Rand.087. That is how much Jane has after 3 years. At that point, though, at that third year, she's going to withdraw 5,000 Rand. So we have to minus 5,000 Rand, which means that Jane only has 15,235 Rand.087. Now that amount of money will still grow for how long? Well, they've asked us how much will Jane have after 5 years. So that amount of money that we have up until T3, that's going to still grow for another 2 years. So once again, we can use the formula. And so the starting amount will be 15,200, sorry, I keep writing a zero there, 235 Rand.087. The interest rate is 0.09, and it's going to grow for 2 years. And so Jane will have a total of 18,100 Rand and 81 cents. Now I'm going to show you the fast way. So once again, let's quickly do our timeline. Now, when you use this trick, all you do is you treat each amount on its own. So this 3,000 Rand, how long will that be in the account for? So all you do is you look at this 3,000 Rand and how many years are there from T0 to T5? Well, that's 5 years. So you do the compound formula for 5 years on that 3,000 Rand. And that's going to give you a total of 4,615 Rand and 0.871. I'm just going to use 3 decimal places because that's not our final answer. Then we look at this 15,000 Rand. How long will that be in the account for? Well, that's going to be in the account for 3 years. So we treat each of these amounts separately. And that gives you 19,425 Rand, 0.435. I'm just doing 3 decimal places. And then this one is going to be, well, the difference between T3 and T5 is 2 years. So we'll do the same formula, but it'll be 5,000 Rand, and that'll be for 2 years. And that's going to give 5940.50. Now what you do is any money that's coming into the account, you add, so these two, and any money that, sorry, not those two, these two. You'll add those ones and you'll subtract that one. So it's going to be the 4615 plus the 19,425.435 minus 5940.50, because the 5940 is from the 5,000 Rand, which is being taken out, so you minus that one. And if you do that, you're going to get the exact same answer. So just remember, when you've got multiple deposits and withdrawals happening, just treat each of them separately and then combine them at the end.